Again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida, Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard with almost 70 8x10 inch paintings. The first 15 of which will be next month's drawing prize winners' choices, and you can have 3 to choose from. So I'm going to try and be as quick as I can. There's 3 of these little scapes. I don't know if you can see all of those. Hopefully my camera will keep focusing. I think this goes like that. So there's 2 of those, similar. I think you can see both of those. Cool. And I have a bunch of interesting ones from first year that had cells in them. And some shimmer, not a lot, but some. That's more recent. I love this painting. Make part of a nice threesome. I'm going to grab my other stack from over here and continue on, and you'd have to keep track. This is going to be interesting because I'm going to have to find all these in order to put them on the drawing prize list. When you enter, it's a $10 minimum, but I send you a receipt that includes all of the potential choices that you have. This one is really intense. It's really cool. It's got some off colors, but the off colors are great with the other colors, so no problem there. There's a little bit of shimmer in there. This is like first year, and it might have been one of like my first 5 paintings also. There's some good shimmer in there. I would say if you were of a mind, you could resin any of these that weren't obviously made with silicone, because some of them were. This is gorgeous. I love this. I don't know why I left that in there, to tell you the truth. But I'm going to put those aside right now. And then I'm going to show you my reject pile, which is still pretty nice. And they're not really rejects so much as they're going to be used for other paintings. I've decided they've sat there long enough. This is maybe the ugliest one of the bunch, but if I did stuff to it, it might be very, very cool. So I'm going to do that. And keep track of the time. If you find something that you like, even the stuff that I'm going to redo, if you let me know soon enough, you could probably have it. And probably the $1 a square inch price was $80. Any of these particular ones, I'd let go any one of them for $40. So keep track. 2. And this is 3. They just need something else. Ooh, that's gorgeous, actually. That might not stay in this pile. 5. That 5? No, that's 4. I like to be confusing, obviously. I'm not going to count anymore. That's actually gorgeous too. I might change my mind about that one as well, but as long as you can hold me to my word for right now. That's pretty nice also. I'm going to try and move these out of my way. This had some darker tones to it, but I just really liked it. It looks like it's got a little bit of a gloss finish, semi-gloss I should say. And like I said, all of these are potentially going to turn into new artworks, saving some of the backgrounds. Some of them are pretty cool just like they are if you happen to like them. $40 is my best price. You're never going to get me down any less money than that. Let me get this stack out of here so I know. Which ones, and let me put another stack up here. Keep track of the time, like I said. So you had your choice of the first 15, 3 of the first 15 for prizes, and then the next bunch are $40. And I thought that was upside down. So that's a stripe, and there's a video that goes with it, and I don't know if I ever published it because I think it needs more stripes. I think it needs a shovel full of color, so I think I'm going to put that in the other box. The box I just classified. This almost went in that box, but it was just too cool to go in that box, so it's not going in that box. These obviously had silicone in the mix when I made them because the cells are tremendous. Like I said, if you're interested in purchasing something, these are first year paintings. These are going to be $1 a square inch. These are going to be $80 a piece. And you could resin over them if you were really industrious and careful and did all the many steps it takes to get rid of the silicone residual. This was a swipe. I'm going to leave those right there for a minute. Bring over some more. Oh, there's this right here. Has to be one of my first paintings ever. And the silicone was cool. And I think I was still using glue then. So, that's pretty cool. I like that. Hopefully I'm still in camera range. Let me make sure that, as a matter of fact, oh, we could zoom in a little bit. There we could. Maybe I can keep that where it's supposed to be. Okay, so that obviously had silicone too. Gorgeous. Just wonderful cells. And bum. I'm going to bring up some more older pieces of artwork. I'm standing on my stool to do this. I just want you guys to know that. Let me zoom out so you can see that. That's got some nice gold in it. This is not that long ago. I love this little painting. Anything that's escape is going to be $1.50 a square inch. So 8 by 10, do the math, and keep track. That is intense. I almost threw that in the other box, and I still might, but it's really cool too. So it's hard to make up my mind, like, to make things go away. This was another almost fail, and I love, this is when I started doing the spirals. And that was pretty cool, for sure. Let me grab another stack here. We might be done with this pretty quick here today. Smaller paintings are definitely easier to handle. This was some leftover paint, and it had sat like overnight, and the Floetrol had started to leach out and separate, but it gave such a beautiful watercolor technique look that, plus there's a monster in there. Oh, that's not something you need to know. It's better this way. So, hope you don't see that. Never mind. This was also this had silicone, and this was a very early ribbon pour, and I love the texture, and it's got dimension. It's pretty cool. And this was me playing with negative space, beginning to, and still using some silicone, and that's cool. Looks like it has a couple of coats of semi-gloss on it. These are weird colors, but the overall negative space in there, and the colors pop. There's great texture. There is texture too, because it was with glue in my mixture. Floetrol and Elmer's and whatever at the time. Maybe GAC 800, maybe not. This has got a semi-gloss sheen to it. And you can definitely tell when they have silicone in the mix, because the cells are pretty intense. Keep your eye on the time. If you have an interest in something, let me know. Just use the email right below the video. This is another one. I'm curious as to whether, I don't really remember, but obviously there was silicone in there, and that reminds me of some kind of underwater reef scene. I love the cells in that. It doesn't have a ton of shimmer, but it's got some. I was just beginning to use some color shifts. This was a swipe, obviously with silicone, and that's just, it's pebbly and celly and cool. The colors are great. I think it would benefit from a little coat of semi-gloss. If you were to buy something for me and you requested some spray coats of semi-gloss, you could have that. That's got nice copper in it. I don't know if you can see any of that. It's not a very sunny day out here, which means it's not 100 degrees under my canopy, which is good. This is gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous. If I didn't sell this, this would be okay with me. I'm not going to do that one for less than $1.25 square inch, and any of the others that aren't first year. This is definitely not first year, but it might still have some silicone in it, so I could be wrong about that. So let's bring up some more. Here's more favorites. I can't tell. I don't think that had silicone in it. It must have been when I started to not use it anymore. And there's a little bit of coppery shimmer. There's definitely some gold shimmer, but I was not using the 24 karat gold from Art Deco Americana yet then. And here's me with probably, that looks like spoon pour. Dip it in the multicolors and spoon the paint on, and maybe fill in after with the white. Some before, some after, maybe. Hard to tell. Cool patterns, really cool. Nice cells. This one looks like it should go in that box that's going to have something added to it, but it's got some nice shimmer. It's got some good qualities to it. I'm not sure which way is up. That way might be better for you. It might go in that box after all. Maybe I should put it in there now. Yeah, okay. That one just went in the box. This is fabulous. I love this. I'm still using these colors. These are still favorite colors. That is that neon purple from Folk-Art. That's the way it dries when you're lucky. It can dry a little darker than that. It can dry a little brighter than that. It does what it wants. But there's a lot of shimmer in there. There's metallic turquoise and metallic purple and gold. Beautiful. Playing with negative space again. I actually think there's a vague possibility this could get played with at some point in time in the future also. But I still like it the way it is. So, yeah, that one would be $1 square inch. I could do that one for 80, just in case. These negative space ones, and obviously with some silicone, this is fabulous. I just love this. Totally. So you stare at that for a minute, and we are getting to the point where I am almost done with my 8x10s, and I'm coming down to the point where I am going to share with you, probably you've seen these before, but if you haven't, these have resin on them. They are $160 a piece, as is. You can see the resin is beautiful. Beautiful. I don't do this very much anymore because the temperature in my house and the dog hair make it really difficult. That's a favorite. I'm not even sure that's for sale. That may not be for sale. The first one might not either, but you know, I'm getting a little tight on cash here since, you know, in the 3 years that I've been doing this and the 2 years in April that YouTube has been paying me to do this somewhat, I haven't made back half the money I spent on doing this for you guys. So just know that if you decide to buy a piece of artwork from me, you are helping keeping the studio going for real, for real. And very much appreciated also for real, for real. So I'm going to keep working. That's my last one so far for resin. I've got a couple escapes here. There are probably a few more of these in the house. I wasn't sure if they might be 9x12s or not. Anyway, this one I believe this is a video. Actually, neither one of these have a video. This was an after a class day, and it was almost dark out, and I just decided to go for it. And this was another after class day, I believe, also with leftover paints, and I just could not toss them. I needed to, like, hey, there's an 8x10 canvas. I'll just put that down there and see what happens, and this is what happened, and I love that. And there are prints of these on Fine Art America and Pixels.com, which is where the Shop Now button will take you if you go to my Facebook page, Expressionist Art Studio, Totes and More. The Shop Now button will take you to everything I've been posting since 2013. So those are both adorable, and they're going to be $2 a square inch, so which makes them $160. So here's a couple from very recently. This is leftover bloom paint with the untinted base colors mixed with the poly. You can find that on any video that starts with bloom technique, unless it's the new ones I've been doing without the recipe or without the same recipe. You should be able to find that recipe if you want it still. We're working with Floetrol, different quantities of paint in Floetrol, and that seems to be working out pretty well. So I love what happened, even though I didn't get, I mean, I got really cool cells, but I just didn't stretch it as far as I could, and I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. So this one is Funky Fish, and hopefully I'm still in camera range. I'm not sure which way that's going to go best. Maybe I better get back up on my ladder and make sure we're all still in frame. That'll work. I'm not sure the others were. Hopefully they were. Alright, so I'm down to my last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paintings, and then I'm going to have to pull back the drawing winners' choices so that they can choose one of those 3 and tell you guys whatever I'm going to tell you, which is usually I do sell my artwork, which is kind of obvious at the moment. And I do give classes at the house in Spring Hill. I have an Amazon link that's included under every video under Show More. And if you shop there, it's at no added cost to you, and it helps me out. Also, there's Teespring clothing. Also, what's really cool and important is if you ever find a piece of artwork that I created that you would like to see as an all-over print on a t-shirt or some leggings, or you'd like to see it available as a metal print or a piece of tapestry or a blanket, you name it, between Fine Art America, Pixels.com, and Teespring. Teespring are the clothes under the video, and you can find that Teespring link to the Teespring store on the community on my channel, and it'll say store. It's right next to where the community board is, where if you look, you'll find tomorrow's videos. So these were still bloom techniques, and I love them so much. Remember, keep track of the time if you find something you like. I'm gonna sell these for $1.50 a square inch, whatever that price is. And considering what I've spent on doing this for 3 years, believe me, that's a fair price. If I told you, you'd gasp. I gasp when I think about it. Was this a do-over? I don't think so. Maybe it was. I think it was. I think that's a recent video, actually. My brain is so scrambled from doing so many videos, I gotta say. But, you know, I'm doing 3 times the videos for less than half the money. So, if that tells you anything, if you wonder why I post so many videos, you don't really have to wonder. I'm just trying to pay for my art supplies. Which reminds me, thank you to everybody who's contributed over time to help keep me painting and help keep bringing the mass of you more tutorials. And thank you guys for the compliments and the comments that keep me and my morale sort of leveled off so that I don't get too wigged out at what's happening at YouTube. I did finally invest a smidgen of money in some advertising, so cross your fingers for me that works. I've been unwilling until now. I love this. I'm still staring at it. Sorry. That was another bloom technique. Even though it really wasn't. This is not bloom technique, but it had an awful lot of gorgeous cells and beautiful shimmer, and I love that painting, and I'll be sorry to see it go if it goes. And last but not least, I believe that was a video, and it was so quick, and it's just such a gorgeous piece. I enjoy this every day. I see it. It's in my office. It's going back in my office. What else do I need to tell you guys? There's over 85,500 of you, and welcome to any newbies. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. If your notifications are turned off, you can always check and see if they're turned on. There's 3 choices if you click the bell. It's all or none or personal. And underneath the video, you're still going to be able to find my Pinterest, Twitter, and Instagram links. And if you go to Pinterest, you're going to find a lot of the products that I took from Pixels.com and Fine Art America on board specifically for each of those products. So you can see what I've bothered to post so far. And don't forget, you can ask for anything you want that you see, and either I've already done it or I will do it as soon as I can and make it available to you. If you want to help me out, shopping is the way to go. Which reminds me, show more under the video, you can find the Amazon link and the OXO omelet turning miraculous paint spreading spatulas, along with Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas. Here's my favorite right there. In any case, there's a whole lot of stuff there on list number 1. I love you guys dearly, and I'm going to bring the other paintings back because I have 2 minutes and just enough time to do that. And I'm going to do that again. So these are the prize paintings. These will be the choices available. Let's see if I can get that in the right place. To whoever wins the drawing. You can pick 3 of these if you are the drawing winner. That way you have presents for other people, or you can have a set. Nobody will have a set except for you. Well, there might be 1 or 2 collectors out there, but other than that. I generally keep my prices the way they should be, in my mind, for the amount of time and effort I've put into things, and to protect my collectors. It's very unusual for me to have a sale, but if you ever want to see the edited photographs that I have from YouTube artworks, go to Facebook, Expressionist Art Studio, Gallery, Fans and Collectors. I haven't finished by a long shot. I'm probably 300-400 behind, but there's still quite a few there. I think we just got out of range, and I don't... Oh, there we go. That'll work. Hopefully we'll keep focusing. Maybe I'll just move those out of there. Anyway, we're going to run out of time in a second. These 2 are cool together. Let's see if I can get the whole thing in there. Yeah, I can. I love you guys dearly. Thank you guys for taking such good care of my head when I need help. There's a spot on that I'm going to make go away before somebody collects that, I promise. These are the set of 3. These are before pouring. So they must be 2017. They're still cute. I think they're cute. And this was one of my first 4 or 5 paintings ever with the silicone and stuff on an 8x10. And this is just too gorgeous to even be in the selection, but you know, I've got to do what it takes to encourage you guys to help me out. And like I said, PayPal or Patreon icons on my channel header